outstanding. Girl, you knock me out. Exciting. Makes me wanna shout. Welcome back, gang. It's your girl Amber. Whoop, 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 whoop. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, please turn on those notification bells so you can see when we drop. As you guys can see, today's video is about my first. I wanted to do this idea because it's a way for you guys to get to know me. So we're not gonna even prolong it. Let's get right into it. My first car was actually my mom's car. It was a green 1999 Honda Accord. I feel like every black person had like a Honda Accord or Honda Civic at some point in their life, like an old one. But yeah, anyway, it was a green 1999 Honda Accord. I got that car, I think, when I turned 18, I believe, because that's when I got my license. I literally got my license actually like a month after I graduated high school. So yeah, me and Emerald went everywhere together. Like, honestly, before I even got my license, I used to be driving that car. Sadly, y'all don't do that. But yeah, me and that car definitely had some good times. My first job was at Kaleidoscope. If you guys are not familiar with that, it's kind of like an after-school program. But I worked for the summer camp. So my first job was doing the summer camp, and I was a camp counselor. I actually ended up staying at Kaleidoscope for like 3 years, but to be honest, I just ended up hating it because of management and how she used to treat me. So yeah, after a while, I really just, I left Kaleidoscope, and it was a good feeling to leave that job and go on to bigger and better things, okay? Woo! My first kiss probably was in high school. I had a boyfriend at the time. It was my ex-boyfriend. And I believe we started dating, I think, like 10th grade or 11th grade. So yeah, like my first kiss was with him because I didn't have no boyfriend before him. So my first crush. You never forget your first crush. So my first crush was actually in elementary school, to this guy named Justin. Justin Groves was like, to me, he was so fine. Then like as he grew up, he really grew into his looks. But I had the biggest crush on Justin. Like, he was in like most of my classes. So when I say back then in elementary school, I was in love with him. Like, I was in love with him so bad, to the point that I had a Build-A-Bear and I named him after Justin. That's crazy to think about that. I forgot about him. I wonder where he at. My first time getting embarrassed. Now, I'm the most clumsiest person ever in the world, and I'm forever embarrassed about something because I'm always hitting myself, beating myself. It never fails. But the one time I can remember really, really being embarrassed was in middle school. I believe this was 6th grade. I was going upstairs to go to class, and at the time, I had a rolling book bag. Don't ask me why I still had a rolling book bag around that time, because yes, rolling book bags were in when I was in 6th grade, but the older you got, you kind of just elevated and you didn't get rolling book bags, but I was still one of those people. So I'm going up the stairs, y'all. Somehow I fall backwards. I'll never forget it. I tripped over a stair and I fell down backwards. So I'm rolling down the stairs trying to go up the stairs, and I will never forget it because my chin, I just feel my chin going like this, and it was the most embarrassing thing ever. I just remember like so many people teased me and laughed at me for weeks because of that. It's just like, Amber, how can you fall going up the stairs? Like, I don't know, but that definitely was the most embarrassing time ever. My first movie, if I had to guess, it would probably be Rugrats or something like that. I am a 90s baby, so 9 times out of 10 it was probably Rugrats, because I mean, I watched all the Rugrats. I was a huge Rugrats fan. So I would say my first love is my wonderful boyfriend that I have now. I have been in other relationships, and trust me, I definitely wasn't in love. I can say that my current boyfriend, my current relationship, I am in love, and my boyfriend Davey is definitely my first love, and he's gonna be my only love because I'm not trying to, you know, be with nobody else. So I already know he gonna marry me. Period. My first scary movie. Okay, I already know y'all gonna say these are not scary movies, but forget y'all because they're scary to me. So my first scary movie was the Power Rangers movie. I believe it was the first one. Y'all, I'm the youngest out of all of my cousins. I am the baby. So I'll never forget when we used to be at my grandma's house and they used to babysit me and stuff. I can't even remember the name of the guy, but when I say till this day they still tease me about it, like I ran, I cried, I screamed. And to me, that movie will forever be a scary movie to me. Not only Power Rangers, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Y'all, to this day, I cannot watch that movie. To this day, that movie has scarred me for life. I don't know what it is, but I just remember being a young child and being scared crapless. And yeah, I just those are the two movies that I still think are just so scary to me. My first hype sneaker was 7th or 8th grade. I got my very first pair of Air Force Ones, and I was so happy because everybody knew, like, back then Air Force Ones were, you know, definitely in. It was the thing to wear. Like, you was lame if you didn't have no Air Force Ones. And my very first pair was the ones with the blue check and then the bottom of the shoe was blue. And I'll never forget them. I was so happy to get them when my mom finally, like, let me get a pair of Air Force Ones. I probably wore those shoes till the sole was almost out. I was so happy. I got on too many clothes. I can't even show y'all. But my first tattoo is my tattoo on my back. I got that tattoo in 2017 with my best friend. It is a tattoo commemorating my dad who passed away, but it's like 2 bows, and it has his initials and the numbers in it. And that's my very first tattoo because obviously I love my dad, I miss my dad, and you know, we were very close. I was definitely a daddy's girl, so it was only right to get his name tatted first. I would say my first piece of makeup probably was some eyeshadow and the eyebrow pencil. Now, if you know, you know. Back then, that's when eyebrows really were starting to, like, become a thing where you draw them on and, like, you know, you make them look better. But even back then, like, I'm trying to tell y'all, my eyebrows used to look so trash, and people used to tell me that all the time, and I used to get so offended. But looking back, I really used to do my eyebrows horribly. Like, I really did. Now I know how to do them, but back then you couldn't tell me I wasn't doing nothing nice with the eyeshadow and the eyebrows. As I was just getting into it, I used to love mixing the different shades of eyeshadow and just putting them all over. I used to look a mess. My first vacation that I really remember as a child was going to Disney World. I haven't been to Disney World since. It's been years since I've been to Disney World. I loved it back then, but you know, after a while when you go so many times, it's just kind of like, you know, the hype really just go down. You don't even want to go. And that's how it's been for me. I haven't been to Disney World in years, but I definitely want to go back because it's been a long time. My first hairstyle. I mean, I'm black. Like most black people, our first hairstyle as a girl is them little plaits. Ooh, back in the day when you used to stay with your granny during the summer and your hair used to be a mess, so she'd bust that thing down the middle and she'd do those 2 like slave cornrows. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, my first black sitcom was Moesha. Living Single, Girlfriend. Yeah, after school I used to stay watching Moesha. Moesha was my favorite show. I used to always watch Girlfriends. I would watch 101. Ooh, you guys remember 101? I used to watch The Proud Family every morning, like 6:30 before I go to school. Oh my god, like the list goes on. And yeah, my first pet was my baby, may she rest in peace, Barbie. Barbie was a Rottweiler. I got her when I was like 4 years old, I believe. I had her for a long time. I loved my Rottweiler, and she was so pretty. She was very protective. Unfortunately, Barbie passed away. I don't even remember. She passed away a few years back now. But one day we came off of vacation and we found her dead. So yeah, but may she rest in peace. And lastly, my first time getting braids. Y'all, this is a funny story. The first time I can remember really getting braids were when I probably was in middle school. I went to my Uncle Raymond's house, and my older cousin Kimberly, she was getting into doing hair and things like that, and we was bored, like we had nothing to do, and she was just like, Amber, you know, can I braid your hair? I was like, sure. So me not knowing no better, she had pulled out like all these different colors of hair, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. And I was just like, you know, thinking it was cool, it was pretty to have all these different colors of hair and things like that. I was sitting in the chair at this point like 4 hours. She was really braiding my hair, and it was long. It was like singles. And I won't never forget it, y'all. My mom came to come pick me and my cousins up. She looked at me and she was like, what do you have in your hair? Mind you, I'm not even halfway done. She was like, oh no, you need to take that out. You're not going anywhere with all those braids in your hair. And I was like, why? Like, what are you talking about? I'm all mad and getting defensive. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I want my hair done. Child, when I look in the mirror, my hair was blonde, ash blonde, honey blonde, pink, purple, blue, the whole rainbow. And when I said my mama literally made me cut all that crap out, by the time I got home, I probably had maybe 2 braids left in my head. Like, she was not playing, and I will never forget that day. Like, I'll never ever forget that day. It was so funny looking back, but I was so upset at the time because I was just like, I don't get it. Like, this is my first time getting braids. Like, what's the big deal? But so on that note, I'm gonna end this video. I hope this was a great opportunity for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. If you guys want to give me any ideas on what I should put out or anything like that, please put it down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. I will see you guys soon. Bye.